When my 3 children were young, like many parents, I spent time reading books with them, and I thought, well, that doesn't look that hard. And so then I thought, well, you know, maybe I would like to write children's books, and began sending some manuscripts off, and they zipped back, rejected. And so for a while I stopped. You know, rejections of all kinds discourage us. I began writing poetry for adults and actually started having some good luck getting that published. And after the second book, some of my friends said, well, why don't you try children's books again? Because now you can say that you have had something published. And so it was at that time that, again, after submitting one manuscript many times, it was finally accepted. I write both poetry and prose, but I always tell audiences of all ages that poetry is my favorite genre. I'm of Mexican background and, you know, grew up in the Southwest, so issues of indigenous culture and language and cuisine have always interested me. I'm also married to an anthropologist, and so he had some wonderful books about indigenous foods, and somehow those two strands came together. And one day I said, what if I did a book of haiku about foods of the Americas? When I began playing around with the idea of haiku and indigenous foods, I did think it could be unique. And then I was so incredibly fortunate that this amazing illustrator agreed to work on it. So I feel that it will also attract an audience, I hope, because of the fun facts and then the incredible art by our wonderful illustrator, Rafael Lopez. Through the years, I have taken a strong stand that all books are cultural. That is, all books are written by people who have consciously and unconsciously internalized a set of values, beliefs, habits, worldview that shape them. The reason I think the word multicultural became important was because people noticed that what we call American literature or U.S. children's literature did not and does not reflect the rich diversity of our children. And so this was a way of bringing attention to the fact that we are not fully providing our young people with the literature that reflects them. Our children are diverse, and we know that. And we need to give them literature that reflects all the wonderful plurality that is the United States. I often ask audiences to try to imagine what it would be like never to have seen someone like yourself in a book. And when I do that, I say, there are people in the room who have experienced that. And there are people in the room who have never experienced that. And we know that unconsciously it has a profound impact, because it suggests that what you are, what your family is, what you eat, how you worship, all of these, what you think are natural in your home, somehow are not valued in the greater world. So if we believe that books are powerful, and I do, then I want books that reflect our rich diversity. I also hope, of course, that people realize that, I love this diversity. You know, isn't it wonderful? All the colors and all the scents and all the tastes that are part of these foods, and that somehow something clicks and they say, gosh, you know, all kinds of diversity. That's special and it's wonderful. It's one of the joys of the world.